Hello. Welcome to... There we go. Hi. Oops, this tripod set up right. Hello. Hi, Jeanette. Nice to have you here. My name is Barry Selby, and this is my daily Love Scope. My website is barryselby.com. I am a love coach consultant. Hi. And I'm passionate about helping women know they're feminine. That's one of my biggest missions, desires. Caring is because I know that's going to change the planet. I just had an interview this morning that was all about that, and it fired me up, so to speak. So what I do in business is I am a relationship expert. I don't like the word coach. That's why I'm known as the heartbreak repair specialist and affectionately known as the love doctor. I am a #1 best-selling author of 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. It's out on Amazon. It's on Kindle and physical book, and it's going to be an audio probably the next few months if I get my butt in gear. So I've had a conversation that started yesterday with the idea of the evolution of love, the journey of relationship. And I know there's only a few people here, so if you want to basically share with your friends, your followers on Twitter and Facebook, you can go ahead and do that, and throw in some hearts. Always welcome that too. So thank you, right there. So I'm just put it down. Okay. So this is for those of you who want to have relationships that go beyond. Thank you, Jeanette. I really appreciate that. If you are ready to transform your relationship to have what you really want, there are some very powerful ground rules and things you can do to make that work. The one I mentioned yesterday, you have to go back and watch because I don't remember what I said yesterday. I know it's different from today. You may come back to me, but today's one is about own your shit, as I said. And what I mean by that is when you're in a relationship, it's very easy, tempting, and practice for a lot of people out there, and I used to do this, to think that our partner's got to fix everything. Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that comment. So the reason why I'm talking about it now is because last night I was in conversation with a dear friend of mine, and we were doing this. And this is over texting, actually, which is another thing I talked about last week about texting versus calling. We were doing this in our communication, and it was obvious to me that our stuff was up. Now, rather than get into blaming the other person for being the person who wasn't doing the right thing, so I'm squinting so bright out here, damn. We had rain this morning, which excuse me, we had rain this morning, which I put out. I put 2 memes on videos on Facebook about how LA drivers deal with the rain, which was hysterical. But the thing is, now it's so much brighter because the dust has been lifted and it's clearer. So I'm kind of squinting. So bear with me as I attempt to. Let me turn this way a bit more. Yeah, then I become a silhouette. Yeah, okay, leave it like that. Ah, technology. I'm in LA, by the way, in case you're wondering why it's so sunny here, because it's only 3 o'clock here, whereas East Coast is already 6, and some of the people following me are in the European theater, which means it's probably midnight there now. So, thanks for watching, and let me get back to this topic. So, yes, so last night I was in conversation with a friend of mine. She's a very dear friend, we're close, and we're building some great business stuff together. And we were doing this, and it was really obvious to her and to me. But the good news is because we're both, thankfully, are willing to do this. I'm sunny in Texas, nice to know. Well, I'm glad it's not just sunny in LA, because we needed the rain this morning big time. Although the problem with LA is we don't have a way of capturing it. So it rained and it ran off into the ocean. Smart planning, that is. That's a whole other scope. I won't do that one this time. So, in the conversation with my friend last night, because we both have done a fair bit of work ourselves in our own development and growth, we didn't yell at each other. We didn't get in each other's faces, start blaming and judging the shit out of each other. We sort of had to take time apart to reset. And when we talked this morning, it was clear we both got perspective. And what I became clear about was that she was so busy in her work getting things done. And this is something I talk about in my other scopes about the masculine and feminine. She was so driven because she's doing big stuff. She's raising kids as a single parent, launching her programs, everything else. She was basically in a get it done mode, which is masculine. Now, I wasn't willing to give up my role with the masculine because that was my old trait to do that in the past. I held steady in that space, which is why we kept doing this, because she wasn't backing down and I wasn't. But it was healthy because we weren't acting on each other, we weren't dumping on each other, we were owning our stuff. So today when we talked, that was kind of the illustration, it was in the conversation, and it was so clear that we both were doing the best we could and we were honoring each other and respecting each other. It was almost like the unspoken vow between each other in our conversation this morning. So I want to just extend that to you as a reminder, particularly if you are in a relationship and if you're looking to have one. And I talk about this, and it became a catchphrase or a keyword yesterday, is the evolution of love. And that's what I'm about. It's the evolution of relationships beyond the old paradigm of the codependent, dysfunctional, abusive relationship that so many people have come through. I'm more about helping you, my audience, helping my clients, and helping those who want to find out more about it, to learn to take love to another level, where their ability to communicate and to articulate and to participate in a relationship is transformed. Partly because it's way more fun that way, and much deeper connection that way. But truthfully, it also means that you take a lot of the angst out of the world and put it back into your life. I should say take it out of the world and your life, because you take ownership. By owning your stuff in relationships, something else happens besides the fact your connection is better in the relationship. Your connection with the world is better too. By owning your stuff, you become more resourceful, and you become responsive versus reactive. So many people, and thank you for the hearts, I love the continuous stream, it's wonderful to see that. And if you are a recent Periscope user, you may know about the hearts, that you can give up to 500 per scope. You can give more if you want to go back out and come in again, which I don't recommend on the first time, but on the replay you can do that if you want. Little tricks I've learned. I'm actually just joined a new group called the Perry 10K, which is, you may see in my signature, my profile, it says that. That is a very powerful group of collaborative, strong, committed, inspiring people. And we talk about heading each other up by doing heart blasts and giving lots of hearts, so I love this. This is fun. Getting back to the topic. Mentioning about owning your own stuff, it impacts your way in the world. Because when you're out in the world, it's tempting to look at the world as being some sort of thing that's out of your control. Well, what happens in the world is not tied to who you are in the world. What I mean is that you can carry yourself in a different place energetically, where you own your shit, you take care of yourself. So the world is no longer controlling you. You're not a victim of it anymore. Because for many people, they're swayed by the outside world. Like the rain we had this morning in LA, I'm sure there are people who are driving on the freeways who are scared of getting in an accident or aquaplaning and other stuff, and they're blaming the weather for it. That's very disempowering. So owning your shit gives you your power back in relationships, in your life, in the world. So this is a bigger story than just your dating partner. So I talked a second about the house, but I want to get clear about is how powerful this is in your life, in your world, in your connections. When you take ownership, you will have an incredible improvement in your results, in business, in your communications, and in your feeling at the end of the day. You won't feel as wiped out. Because if you imagine going out into the world and everything's a battle, everything you're dealing with is against you, and you have no control, how worn out you're going to be at the end of the day. Frankly, how worn out you're going to be at lunchtime. If, and this is key, you go out to the day ahead of time, remembering that you have control. Not control of the world, but control of how you react, how you respond. Basically owning your shit, as I put it. When you go out in the world, your interaction with people becomes more ownership-based versus what they need to do, or they're not doing, or anything like that. It's a life-changing methodology. It's actually a life-changing perspective, because instead of looking out there for the problem, you're looking here for the ownership. And that's powerful. In fact, that's the work I'm really with my clients in their look for a relationship. Because I work with single, I didn't say this, but I should say this now. I primarily work with single people, single women in particular, to help them get what they want in a relationship. Part of that is to really own their power, because owning your shit also means owning the good stuff, your power and your self-will, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-support. So that's no longer dependent upon anybody else either, because that is one of the traps. Your ability to stay true to yourself, to stay present, means that you get to really have greater levels of responsibility in the world, and you attract a much higher level of relationship. That is the evolution of relationship, by the way. Sorry, that's the evolution of love, as I've been calling it. It's how do you raise the bar in your love life? How do you raise the bar in your connections? How do you raise the bar in your love, so when you're out in the world, you're having a much deeper connection with people around you, in particular, your romantic partner. Now, the caveat of this is it's really hard to do this when your intimate partner doesn't. So it does require you making choices in your partnership, if you're already in one, or who you choose to be with, that they mirror back and they are at the same level of dance with you. This is big stuff to talk about, I know. And it's not just an easy thing like, oh, just own my shit, it's fine. No, it's not. It's taking responsibility for your actions, for your words, your thoughts, and how you feel about what's happening around you. Now, I've been in this study for over 30 years, so, and I still get triggered. I need to say up front, I'm not perfect at this by any means. I still make mistakes, I still have reactions to things that don't line up. But I got communication this morning about something that I was not happy about. But the funny thing is I chuckled. I laughed because I realized, because I set it up, I knew I was fully participating in that experience. I made it happen, ultimately. Which is not easy to say sometimes, because sometimes I want to say, no, it's not me, it was them, they did it, I didn't do anything about it. Truth be told, I participated, I was a part of the problem in the first place, so I'm responsible. When I saw the result in what came back, communication back to me, I just laughed going, see, that's it. So I now know that my next action is my choice, not somebody else's. Give me my power back. So that's gone off topic slightly, but it's hopefully making clear to you that when you do own your shit, you have immense power and immense freedom at the same time. So that's really short and sweet what I'm talking about. I wasn't going to do a long one on this. I'm doing more bullet points to get something to you because short and sweet is good for Periscope and for most of my viewers like to get on with their lives, and I get so many Periscope notifications, I want to keep mine short too, so you don't get pulled into a 4-hour conversation. Keeping it succinct. So any questions, any thoughts on that before I finish up? Because I know this is hopefully giving you some insights and some input and some possible stirrings. Anybody, anything you want to say? Comments, thoughts, feedback? If not, that's okay. Thank you for the hearts again. I'm going to wrap up with a couple of things unless you come in with another comment. As I said, I did one yesterday, which is the first of this theme. Thank you, I appreciate that. I did yesterday the first one of what I'm now calling the evolution of love, but I've been doing scopes for about 3.5 weeks now that are all thematic about love and relationship, called Love Scopes. If you want to watch my archives, because you can't watch them here, they're more than a day old, please go to visit my archive site, which is catch.me, katch.me/barryselby. That's the free site you can use if you're using Periscope, to save all your Periscopes after they expire here. In fact, as soon as it's recorded, it gets over there. And you then get your archives online, so you can watch your scopes from before. So if you missed my previous ones and you just started watching now, you can definitely watch my previous love scopes there. I've got quite a few that will give you tips, guidance, and coaching to help you have a better love life and a better life in general. Okay? And people are now joining. I love it. I'm just finishing up, folks, so you missed this. You might have to go back and watch the replay. But thank you for joining me, and thank you for participating in this conversation about healthier relationships, about deeper love, and the evolution of relationship that you can have yourself. It ain't hard, folks. It just takes commitment. That big C word. So again, you want to find me, find me on my web. Say it again. You can find me on my website, which is barryselby.com. And that's the same as my handle here, so you know how to spell it. I've got the first button on the website is a Let's Talk, which is a link to a discovery session if you want to find out how I can help you now, what you're looking for in love and romance. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there with my programs, free videos, audios, a bunch of other stuff too. In fact, my landing page has a three key video series that will change your life about love and romance if you want to take that on. That's it. Thank you for watching, and thanks for sharing the word. And Jen, especially, I thank you for the hearts. I saw that color going up, so I presume that was you. And I look forward to seeing you again and enjoying this online community of Periscope. It's much more than I expected to be, and I'm grateful to be part of this conversation. So yeah, I think that's it for the day. Well, sorry, let me just drop this now, because some people don't know. I do 2 scopes a day now as of the last week and a half or so. This is my love scope, the first one I do about my love and relationship focus. I also do a Peritips scope, and I've got another one that's just these are a couple of nuts and bolts things that make your life with Periscope easier if you're a Periscope user and broadcaster. So that's my 2 a day I do. Again, you watch all the archives are on catch.me with a K/barryselby. And if you're interested in finding out more about what I do, go to my website, barryselby.com. All right? Thank you for all those hearts. I love it. And thanks for watching, participating. I trust you have some content and some sparks of thinking from what I said. That's my intention anyway, is to evoke and inspire and nudge you into choosing a different path, a better path and a higher path for your heart and for your whole being. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Barry Selby. I am the heartbreak repair specialist, and I am passionate about helping single women who are successful to heal their hearts and attract a relationship that honors who they are and where they want to go. And that is me. Thanks for watching. I will see you later in a few minutes on my period tips, or tomorrow on my next Love Scope. Have a wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon. I'm doing it earlier. This is normally around 6 p.m. for me, but I'm doing it earlier today, like 3, because I want to get into the European audience who follow me, who want to see me live. So that's the mission here. Thanks for watching again. I will talk to you later, or I should say, you will see me later. Stay in tune, because I'll be back in about 3 minutes for my period tips, and tomorrow for my next Love Scope. All right, that's enough repeating of myself. Go out and enjoy yourselves. Take care of yourselves, please, and honor your heart in life, love, and joy.